Hi, do you sometimes get stuck with your art that it seems like you're doing the same thing again and you feel like you're kind of getting bored of doing the same thing again in another painting? I've felt that way before and it can get frustrating. So, I have a few tools that you can use and that I have used to get me out of the same routine, to maybe spark something new, to maybe boost some creativity. Hi, my name is Marissa. I am a full time artist and art mentor. And in this video, I'm going to show you one of my favorite hacks that I use to get out of the same old, same old. So let's dive in. So here are the tools I'm going to use. I'm going to use a card. This is an old AGO card. That's the Art Gallery of Ontario. And I have a corrugated board here. I cut it. And I have an ordinary sponge. And we're going to use this together with a palette knife to make some marks. I'm using a small Liquitex palette knife here. It's my favorite palette knife, actually. Okay, so let's begin. So let's just grab some color. So you can just use this to grab paint. So you can lay down the color. There's two colors there, green and a nice yellow ochre. You can go and create shape. And you can also make lines. You can cut through. And you can integrate color. Kind of like that. Then you can interrupt color as well by slicing through. Yeah. Just wipe your card. You can use an old credit card too. All right. With the sponge, well, you can go in dry. So this has no water in the sponge and you could just tap. Or smudge in. But you can also wet your sponge in water. And then you can have a nice wash. So experiment with both because tapping in is nice and sponge with water is also very fluid and watercolor like. Then if this dries, you can actually sponge a color on top of that. Let's say this is dry already, you can just sponge and then you get really nice effect like that, which is fun to do. So sponging is kind of one of my favorite ways of applying paint without using a paintbrush. Now we can use our cardboard here. So I can scrape this whole edge with paint. I'll do that. So I have paint here now. That's a nice mark. And you can stop that right there. And I find that when, let's say, this is all full of paint, now you want a clean slate, you can just cut it and then start fresh. So now you have a clean corrugated board that you can use. And let's say you only have this left. This can dry. This is acrylic paint. And you can use the opposite side, which will be fun to use as well. Now let's say you want to soften that line. Let's say it's too strong. There are different ways you can soften it without really eliminating it because it's kind of nice. You can sponge on the edges so that it becomes a little softer and integrates with the background paint. So it's sponged in there. Or what you could do is you can maybe, let's say, use your credit card and just maybe create a diversion. So now the line of the orange isn't too strong anymore because you interrupted it with another shape. Well, those are just different ways of trying to either fix mistakes or soften edges or create another shape. It's always nice to be able to have that power. It is really just paint, so nothing to fear. So let's reveal this now. Yeah. And so now I have a really cohesive abstract, non-objective, and it would look nice like that, or even maybe this way. How about that way and that way? This looks kind of fun too. You have some noisy parts and then you have peaceful areas here, breathing space, which is nice. So which perspective do you like this abstract painting to go? So this could be position 1, position 2, which is how I started the painting, 3, and all the more noisy parts up here and quieter down here, or 4. Let me know what you think. Write it in the comments. And here we go. Just with a few tools, we were able to create a painting that has a nice rhythm to it using very little color. We were able to create texture and just a nice composition. Either way, it may or may not turn out for you, but at least you got to try different tools that you can use for your art. And just that alone just sparks creativity and just gets you motivated to do another painting of your choice. If you like this video, join my March Art Be Brave challenge, and we'll see you in the next video. Sweet out. Bye for now.